Sharknado sucks! Oh yeah! Hail to the king! Yeah!
Shit-dicking Cthulhu! Would you stop killing us?
Only if you explain how you keep coming back to life.
Well, if you just be patient, we were gonna explain that in today's episode anyway.
Really? Okay. I'm in.
Come in, Spy Crab. It looks like Jay's gonna be sitting in on today's episode. So let's up security.
10-4. Oh, and earlier we got a visit from these Buddhists knocking on the door and asking if we had found faith in Allah yet.
Give me a break, a little escape. I am so tired of being me. I wanna be free, I wanna be new and different. Anything I'm not.
Well, that's not ominous. Hello, I'm Plutoburns, and welcome to Eagleland. One thing you see very little of in manga is political commentary. Apart from some asshole character having a politician dad who gets him out of trouble, very few mangas make a comment on politics. Akumetsu smashes that mold, as well as a few faces. Akumetsu opens in fucking high school, belying the eventual mindfuck we will experience. Sheena shocks Sho, blah blah blah, with a kiss before scampering off to her new job. Which just happens to be prostitution, which she got into because her father's business went bust. She tries to make the best of this shit by seducing her clientele, but the politician kingpin isn't really interested in sex. Nah, he'd rather humiliate people by shoving his foot in their face. But his podiatric assault is cut short by a strange man in a mask. Oh, gee, I wonder who it could be. I mean, it's clearly not Sho. Who do you think it is, not Clark Kent? But Sho isn't here to save Sheena. No, he's here to interrogate Gross Banker with a gun and a fire axe. He dispatches the guards and then starts firing off some trivia-style questions. First question, can you save a life with 10 million yen? The answer is some guy was denied a $10 million business loan and committed suicide. Next question, how much money have you stolen? Bank bastard tries weaseling out of this one, saying his bank didn't steal any money. They were given government money to more properly distribute, and they are doing their patriotic duty. Sho is the wrong person to spill that line to, and he loses a toe for his bullshit. Oh, I'm sorry. The correct answer is you stole 300 million yen from the taxpayers. Last question is how many lives could be saved with 300 million yen? If you were paying attention and can do basic math, Bank Bastard has killed 30 people, which makes him evil, and now the questions are cut off? Sheena is visibly shaken to see her friend murder someone and asks him, what the fuck, bro? He says that he is Akumetsu and will clean out all the shitty politicians in this country. Then he walks outside, gets gunned down by the cops, and his head explodes. Oh, but look, here he is again, holding the chief of police hostage for not actually doing anything about crime and just scoring political points.
Hey! He came back to life too! That's cheating! You're all cheating! I call hacks!
Yeah, that's the idea. It's parallel storytelling, but we're getting to that. Patience.
Okay.
So once again, we get more question and answer time. This time focusing on why the hell the cops allow motorcycle gangs to have giant rallies right in front of headquarters. At threat of very large gunpoint, the chief of police orders his men to stop the gangs, because for everyone that slips past their line, Akumetsu will blow his fingers off. When 4 get through, police chief gives orders that live fire is permitted. And then all the shit hits the fan and Akumetsu dies again. Until he shows up again at the funeral of that banking bastard, this time to kill a rank-scented, flat-mouthed pignut of a politician. And for this assassination, he makes a point of letting the mealy-mouth run, just so he can get through all his guards without killing him. Oh yeah, Akumetsu is a tactical missile of an assassin. And a good swan diver. And up until the explosive climax, that's basically the manga. Akumetsu extracting righteous justice on those he deems as having destroyed the Japanese economy. He does this with his ability to not die and his ability to be in many places at once, all while conducting hilarious game show style quiz investigations. The Only comparison I can really think of is, imagine if the movie V for Vendetta wasn't just one guy in a mask, but was instead an army of fiscally conscious jokers.
Damn!
The pattern of the manga is we get introduced to some caricatured to hell political figure, Akumetsu shows up and accuses them of their crimes, usually stealing money, and then he murders them before he himself dies. He comes up with some plenty creative ways of offing people, from getting into car races, to cementing himself to the bottom of the sea with his victim, to my personal favorite, setting a house on fire and then ramming a fire truck into it. Now that's response time. But Akumetsu isn't just a really chatty suicide squad. They are much more than teenage rage against the establishment given flesh, though that is clearly the intended audience. They've put a lot of thought into this plan. They've set up signal jackers so they can talk to the population whenever they need to be. They've set themselves a deadline on how long this cleanup will take, and they even have a contingency plan for when citizens start copying them. Because, one, they recognize what they do is wrong, which is why they blow their own heads off after every kill. And two, most average citizens don't have a cloning facility.
Wait, what?
Sho and all his clone brothers are the result of some rich black marketeer trying to clone himself to immortality. He died before his plans could come to fruition, and all the clones were scattered around the world. They eventually start to find each other and blah blah blah, they decide to save Japan from its own corrupt government. They do this both with their clone army and their face masks, which transmit their memories to any future clones. So all the Akumetsus are master soldiers, drivers, chefs, you name it. The first generation went into a lot of different fields. That is also the secret to my immortality. Yes, me and all the other Plutos are...
You're all clones! That's how I can keep killing you.
Wow, just... kill all the fun. Put the fun in camps, why don't you?
Yeah, you fun Nazi.
Wait, you're not wearing masks. How do you transfer the memories?
Oh, that's our hats. Yeah, they're drilled into our skulls, constantly tapping our memories.
But where the hell did you put the cloning facility?
Oh, it's in the closet. Engineer! Tour, please!
And these are the growing vats. We inject the vats with the basic chemical compounds of life, and then the computer does some magical gobbledygook, and new Plutos are grown. Honestly, none of us actually know how this works. We just do basic maintenance and push the on button. Come on, people. Keep walking. We're walking. We're walking.
Looks like there's a tour already on.
Oh well, sit back down. We gave away the game already. So the most incredible thing about this manga isn't how insanely self-indulgent it is. No. What's really ballsy about this manga is that the politicians shown being brutally murdered are based on actual Japanese politicians. Every single brutal murder inflicted on these old ugly men is really righteous revenge porn on all the politicians the mangaka has a beef with. I can't even begin to describe how ballsy that is. I mean, the mangaka went out of their way to caricature living human beings and then brutally murder them. It's right up there with that Chumbawamba song Passenger List for Doom Flight 1721. Flight 1721 crashed, and the song is just a list of people they wish were on it. Akumetsu is a really intense read, but it's not without its problems. It's got weird pacing. When Akumetsu is interrogating people and making mincemeat of them, it's really fun and has a lot of energy. But then there will be long, drawn-out economic theory lectures about how the economy got this fucked up. It's clear the writer cares about this stuff deeply, but it's still a pretty dry read, and it can't avoid feeling one-sided. It's not to the level of attending a Trump rally, mostly because it actually seems to know what the fuck it's talking about, but hyper-liberalism can be just as grating. Flashback explanatory sequences also murder the pace, being especially egregious when a badass car chase is interrupted to reminisce about learning to be a stunt driver. And they even have a little animated mascot who pops in from time to time to fail at being cute while explaining shit. It's named Ametsu. It's not much fun. Oh, and the manga loves to make really specific pop cultural references that of course have no chance of crossing cultural boundaries. Your theme song is literally stolen from a Japanese TV show's theme song. Okay, first of all, you wrote out the lyrics to the song, which always sucks in comics. Second of all, who the hell outside of Japan is gonna get the damn reference? Third, you had to self-censor the lyrics because the song was fucking copyrighted. The art is overall good. I don't know if it's the best composition I've seen, but the mangaka has a good eye for dramatic poses. Faces have a good enough variety, and the gore is quite satisfying. All these caricatured ugly old men get bumped off in some fun ways. Overall, I'd rate Akumetsu as worth reading despite its faults. It may basically be angry teenager revenge fantasy, but it's really entertaining revenge fantasy. And I actually appreciated the admittedly very biased political lesson. The mangaka has actually done quite a bit of other work, including Wolf Guy Okami! So they have their ups and downs. Till next time, I'm Plutoburns, and this has been Eagleland.
So what you're saying is I can kill you without any kind of consequence.
What's your problem? I was just eliminating the threat.
We fucking told you not to kill him, bro! We gotta clean this up. Engineer, get in here! Just gotta help me out on this one. This is gonna be tough. Do you think we can clone him? I mean, we're gonna have to, like, save the brain, but, it was a laser blast. That might work. Doc!
What do you want?
Do you think we can clone Jay?
Are you freaking insane?
I know it's crazy, but this body needs to go away, so can you clone him or not?
Yeah, I think I could clone him.
Alright, he says you can clone him. Let's do this.